got a new comic book, a new war comic from the early 1950s. This is going to be a Harvey comic. And let me just open this. And then I want to talk a little bit about Harvey comics in general. And I've got a few other ones to show you. But let's take this one out of the bag. Got this one on eBay. I don't expect it to be in great condition. So you know, this one is not taped to the cardboard. It was just kind of loose in there, so it could potentially move around in the mail, but it's a cheapie. Got it for less than $10 shipped. It's War Battles number 8 with good cover art by Lee Elias, one of my favorite artists from that period. And yeah, so this is a Harvey comic book, although it does not say Harvey on the cover. A lot of their covers, shoot, this tape, crap. A lot of their covers say the publisher on it. This one does not have a publisher, just number 8 right here. Anyway, there's Lee Elias's signature, and this is a decent art. I mean, I like his art. These two guys, Americans, look like what the hell's going on here? So you got American fighter jets dropping bombs, hopefully on the enemy, the commies up in North Korea or South Korea. And I'm not sure what these two guys are afraid of, unless, no, I really don't. I don't get that. By the way, there is a little date stamp on here, September 3rd it looks like, and this is for an October issue, so that's pretty cool. So this is War Battles from no wonder I got it for less than $10. 1952, October 1952. Here's the inside. This thing's a little brittle. Some tearing on the spine. Let's see. The thing about Harvey comics from the early 50s, and maybe most Harvey comics, is that they're not very loved. I mean, the stories that I've read are all pretty good, the art's pretty good, but they are pretty cheap on eBay. It's not, you know, most of them are mid-grade or lower, like this one. Condition, you get them, you know, 10-20 bucks normally. A high grade, you know, every now and then a fine or better comic comes up, they might go around 30 bucks or so, 30-40 bucks. Still not big ones. I mean, they're pretty common. That might be one reason they're not so loved. But there are a lot of comics from this age that were printed just as much, and they're worth a lot more. Harvey horror comics are in pretty good demand. They get more money than these horror comics from the same period. Here's the middle. The staples are in good. Shows some of the other comics, war comics, and I'm going to show you those in just a minute. Here's a story, The Train Buster. A lot of violence going on there. No blood though. Sometimes there's some blood. Plane crash, train crash. What else do we got? Here's a mystery sub. Mystery sub. Over here, it talks about the different medals that you can win as a soldier. Distinguished Service Cross, Silver Star. So I'll learn about those. I don't know a whole lot about them. I know they're all for bravery. So that's about it for this one. I think the best thing about this one is the cover. I like that one. Anyway, let me show you some of these other Harveys that I have. These are in a lot better condition. Now here's a Joe Palooka Battle Adventures. Right in the middle of the Joe Palooka line, somewhere in the early 50s, right around Joe Palooka number 68 to number 74, I think. They renamed them to Joe Palooka's Battle Adventures. And these were his adventures in the Korean War. It's a nice black cover on this one. And it's a good story. Joe Palooka lasted a long time. He had his own series for a long time. This one I've shown before, War Battles, flamethrower cover. War Front, 1951. This is a high grade comic, very fine, maybe better, very, very fine. Beautiful cover. These two guys escaped from the prison camp, these two Americans. And another Lee Elias cover. It's interesting, this one does not say Harvey on it either. Looking back at these Battle Adventures, this one does say Harvey Comics right there. Harvey Comics. Yeah. President Alfred Harvey. Vice President and Editor Leon Harvey. Vice President and Business Manager Robert Harvey. That's what it says on the indicia on this one. Here's another Warfront number 6. Another Lee Elias cover. I like this cover because the guy, this commie, Korean guy or Chinese guy, got shot in the head, blood coming out of him. This one's pretty violent. It's a tank cover. That tape is on the bag, it's not on the comic. Warfront number 4. Sorry for the glare. Another Lee Elias cover. It's like he's this cover is kind of weird because I mean there's that looks like an American GI, and it looks like he's sticking his bayonet right into the neck of this guy, but that guy, he doesn't really look Korean or Chinese, but I have to assume he is. So he's kicking his machine gun away and then sticking his bayonet in him. Nice. And while in the background we see people getting blown to bits. Here's another, I believe this is Lee Elias also. It's not signed, it's Fighting Fronts. Another, this one says Harvey right there. Number 3. Another explosion. People getting blown to bits. The walkie-talkie cover. Fighting Fronts. There really wasn't much difference between Fighting Fronts and Warfront. In war battles, there really wasn't much difference between them. They didn't really have any recurring characters. I don't even know why they had different names for those comics. They're all kind of the same, but I guess that way they could sell 4 or 5 different issues every month of different titles. Here's another Fighting Fronts number 5. Another explosion. Big on explosions. This one signed Lee Elias. He was their go-to cover artist. This is from 1953, by the way. Alright, finally, the last example I have here is a Jeep cover. And yeah, it's pretty violent. True War number 2. Jeep cover where the guy basically rams it into these two gooks and at the same time shoots them. Yeah. Look at that. Look at the right up here. What does it say? I have to read this backwards because that's how it looks on my screen. Afraid of death? Can't stand the sight of blood? Then have an extra helping of guts. Yeah! Blood and guts, man. Wild Bulls of Korea. Cool. Yeah, they're pretty violent. They can be. This one is it's about a 7.5. I got this on this is from eBay. So anyway, those are some good examples of Harvey war comics. This one is also Lee Elias right there. This is Lee Elias. So anyway, I appreciate Harvey war comics from the 1950s. I think they're pretty cool. I think they deserve more love. I think they deserve higher prices. Yes. But that's just me. We'll let the market decide. I guess that's all I had for today. Oh, there's some of my comic book frames back there. If you're interested in anything like that, they're on eBay. But they're not under Yickety Yackety, they're under another name. But just look for comic book frames. Thank you for watching.